We gonna set the mood right. Fellas, grab the ladies.
Yeah.
Everybody hit the dance floor. You could have been anywhere in the world. But you rocking with us. Yeah.
I forgot you used to be a rapper. Like, share,
Like
comment.
and share. We are back. That's baby making music. This Sunday
It is.
too.
You felt that? You felt
That's
that.
what Sundays are for.
That was a little vibe right
Do the
there.
Lord's work.
See, look at God. Won't he do it?
How's everybody feeling?
I feel great.
I'm doing lovely.
I need a little nap. I'm hungry and I need a nap.
I need some crab
But I
legs
feel
in my
good.
life.
That's all I
Crab
can do.
legs?
Yeah, I'm craving crab legs.
Crab legs would be lit.
Yeah.
Every time somebody says craving, I automatically think pregnancy. Are you craving?
You gotta get some buns every now and then for that to happen.
So we ain't even got to ask the question because Zoe's not here. But
I'll take his place. I can neither confirm nor deny.
that's enough confirmation for me. It is.
How you feeling? How was your week, cuz?
My week was good. I got some rest in, got some cleaning done, regular shit.
Regular
shit.
How about you?
It was a busy week. As usual. Moving around, doing skits. But skits doing pretty nice on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not skits, but the little, the little,
Yeah, the
Little
reels.
TikToks.
Yeah, little TikToks. I feel so
What's
immature
your
saying
TikTok?
TikTok. Well, it's U Street.
Put it out there
U Street Media. Go follow us
on TikTok.
on TikTok. U Street Media. It's not just me. It's the whole fam's on there. So it's clips and all kind of good stuff from all 4 shows.
My favorite, most
And
recent
or
was
some
the
of our
one
live.
with Kanzi.
Huh?
My favorite, most recent was the one with Kanzi when he walked up on stage.
Oh, yeah.
That was
That
great.
shit was funny.
That was great.
And the daddy.
Yeah, it was a good
If
shot
you missed
too.
last week's show on Queen's Table, we had Cypher Sounds on, so make sure you check that out.
Yes,
It was
make
a
sure.
great time. Thank you, Cypher.
I think my favorite.
What up, though? I hope you feel better.
You keep your sick ass at home.
He tried to come here with them germs.
you keep
I
that at
love
home.
the dedication, but we are okay.
We're not
Yeah,
doing that.
yep.
I don't want it. I don't.
No.
I can't take. Not right now. It's not even wintertime yet.
No, we're not doing that.
It's still hot. You gonna be all congested and hot? No,
Hope you
that's
feel
a bad
better,
combination.
Oh my goodness, I feel like a slave in this.
Effort.
A little toasty
Yo.
in here.
So it was a lot of going on in the news. Well, first of all, let me introduce everybody.
Right. I was about to say, excuse me.
We got Hollywood Bonnie in the building.
Bonnie the Body. I'm your dad's favorite.
We got E Money in the building.
I still don't have a slogan to say, so happy Sunday.
Shout out to Queen's Table. And I am your host, Blaz. This is SayLess kinda podcast, episode 183.
Queen's Table.
Mashup.
And Queen's Table is here
there's
too.
more Queen's Table here than there is SayLess, so
Well, it's
Technically not. It's
no.
2 and 2.
we've got 2/3 of Queen Table,
So it's
but
half
only
of Say-
half of SayLess.
True, you're right.
So-
Fraction
Yeah,
is off a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Just saying math.
Queen's Table plus some.
Well, we're also in SayLess's time slot, so
Oh, yeah.
that was
See?
because everybody wanted to go home and eat some crab legs.
yes, it's
So,
Sunday.
you know.
Let's go
And I
eat.
want to go home and smash some food.
I thought you were
I thought you were gonna
something
stop
else.
right there.
I'm gonna go home
Smash
and
something.
smash 2. Both of them.
So you got something? You got something?
Got
this
something
week?
lined up, yeah. I got something
Okay.
lined up. You've seen me.
We got options out here.
You've seen me.
Options.
So a lot was going on this week, and of course, I want to start on a somber note.
Of course, really.
No, well, not of course, but because we're in PA, we know this guy. He's been around a lot of our cities. He's been around a lot of our clubs. We've seen him in the malls, and to hear PNB Rock got murdered on Monday. Was it Monday?
The 12th.
Out in L.A. at Rascal's Chicken and Waffles.
LA is not playing.
Yeah, it's crazy out there.
LA is not playing.
And they're telling you don't come here. Like this is not a tourist destination. Do not come here. It's crazy right
I'm glad
now.
I had a good time when I went because I can't see me going back, especially not right now. I don't got that to do. First of all, you can't even wear what you want and go certain places. Like we don't have those problems on the East Coast. I'll stay over here.
Yeah.
I think if you just wear like neon, you
But
should
what
be
about
okay.
the conspiracy theorists who are like it's the label that he signed to? Because did you see that like
Yeah,
mad artists passed away that were signed to? I think it was. I don't want to say who it was. Was it?
it was Empire.
Oh, okay, there we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
It was Empire.
Empire.
Yeah.
See, I almost said the wrong thing. See.
Incriminating the wrong
So,
ones.
but I believe that a little bit though, because if they're after life insurance policies, you're up right now.
I honestly, I think it's more so. I think a lot of these labels are intentionally picking artists that are okay, but that live a certain lifestyle already, whereas it puts them at a higher risk. And therefore, they're going to get that. Like, they're going to get whatever couple of bucks they can get off of them in the meantime. And then once they inevitably get murdered because they're living this life, then it's okay. Now we'll get the insurance policy too.
I know y'all.
I think it's just money making scheme.
That's the terrible thing is that PNB Rock wasn't even really in the streets. He was with his girl.
That's well. How do y'all feel about people blaming her for dropping a location?
I think that's unfair.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her. Like the fire that's coming towards her. Now I do agree. You should not post your location. I don't post my location until after I left.
Yeah.
I don't care what happens after I leave. You know what I mean? So I feel like that she was lacking when it came to that.
Yeah.
He was on Academics podcast about a week before he got killed, and he was saying how he was staying out in LA, and they tried him a couple times before. They tried him when he was with his kids, and he told the guy like, I'm not on that type time, and so he was already getting tried out there in LA. Like shit is hot out there. Shit is it's not a good situation out in California because they said the Bay is crazy. There's a lot of breaking enterings. There's a lot of people. What's it called when they come in the jewelry store with the hammers and
the smash and grab.
grabs? They're doing that. Like, there's a lot of shit going on out in Cali right now.
Real fast.
Cars is getting stole.
But it's people are getting more desperate for sure. But I think it's more than just that because I think it's a pride thing. I think there's a lot of people. I think there's people that have something to prove. Remember when King Von was killed?
Gang culture is heavy out there too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that it's people feeling like they have something to prove. Do you remember when King Von was murdered and somebody had his chain? One of the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like almost
Clout.
like exactly.
I think,
and I wonder if that's not part of it.
All of these people need to start being a little bit more careful and stop dropping your locations. Like, same thing happened to Pop Smoke. Inadvertently, he dropped his location. What happens?
Yeah.
I think what we're not addressing, like the people who are blaming the girlfriend, what we're not addressing is the fact that we need to stop thinking this is normal. Like the way we are killing each other, like animals for years. Like this isn't new. This is something that's been going on for decades. Why do we not value one another? Like we don't. Like you only get one life, and we out here just taking people's lives, not knowing how many people you're affecting when you're doing this. And we say this every time somebody gets killed, but it's like, damn, like.
But at the same time, like there's a part of me that's, I feel like who is really to blame because we only know what we're taught. So if that's the only environment, that's the only world, that's the only life that you've ever seen, what else are you supposed to know?
I feel
How
like
are
if
you
that's
supposed
the
to go a
only
different
life
way?
that you know and you've seen, then you should be smarter.
But
You
where
know
does
what I mean?
that
You
come in
shouldn't
if
be-
you don't have that, like, if no
If
one's
you don't
taught
have
you the
street
common
smarts.
sense, if nobody's taught you the basic reasoning skills, if nobody's taught you right from wrong and all you know is survival.
I
And-
mean,
and
that
they said
that-
sounds like a cop out though, because you don't have to be your circumstance.
I agree.
You know what I
agree.
mean? So I think there's no reason for
Well,
it.
PNB Rock was a street dude. Like
Which
he,
is true. He went. I remember they said he was upstate or whatever. And
yeah, like
Yeah, he's from Philly. Yeah.
I know a
Germantown
lot of people who went to
specifically.
jail with
Yeah.
him.
Shout out to Philly. But
Vixen's watching. She says, "Hey guys," and then she goes, "Someone said Pop was in the shower." That is what
He
happened
was in
with
the
Pop
shower,
Smoke.
yeah.
He was in the shower, but what happened was he got a delivery, I think, and he posted the delivery on Instagram, and his address was on
and he
there.
was out front of an Airbnb.
I
That he got.
didn't realize that was how that happened.
Yeah. So
So it was just a oops, really,
yes,
on his part.
yes, it was.
Like you can't really do that. And they tell you people from people from LA talk about LA in a way like, yo, don't come out here.
Ice-T said it. You
thinking
saw what he
it's
said
sweet.
this week?
Yeah, yep. And that's not the first time he said that. Snoop, I've heard him say it like, yo, this is not the tourist spot y'all think it is because of the palm trees and the beaches. He was like,
Ice-T
don't
was
come
like,
out.
You don't see nobody from LA walking around rocking jewelry like that. He said,
because they
not
know
him,
better.
Not Snoop, not Kendrick.
None of them. None of them.
But then they started bringing up like the lyrics. Like there was a song that P&B Rock did years ago, like 2-3 years ago, where he was talking about there's people out here trying to snatch my chain, and even my
That
girl's
big-ass
trying to
gold
set
chain.
me up. Now, granted, it was a different girlfriend, but people were using that to try to further that narrative
There
of like,
were
see,
fake
he
text
even
messages
said
going around.
it was gonna be a girlfriend, you know?
There were text messages going around. Now you can't tell for sure if they were doctored or not, and it was basically her. Like they said, it was the girl communicating with a guy like, "We're here now, hurry up," or something.
Yeah,
like that.
there's. I don't
think
believe
those
that
are
at
fake.
all. I
Like,
think so too.
I don't know, but I feel for her.
But then someone brought up lyrics that the Game had put out. They were like, okay, if everybody wants to bring up lyrics, there was a song that the Game did in 2007 where he specifically said, do not go to the Roscoe's in South Central LA. It's not safe. Like he rapped about it. Like that's not, you don't go there.
Well, that's the thing. Like there's like 4 Roscoe's in LA, but the one that tourists go to is right on Sunset. Sunset is in Hollywood. I mean, that's
a nicer neighborhood.
It's
nicer.
like downtown LA. Like
Yeah.
it's Hollywood. Nothing's supposedly goes down. Like Hollywood is the tourist.
See,
area.
I think that's such a myth though, because you
I don't think so. I think that's definitely how.
like
it
how
goes.
does
Like,
crime stay out of this 4-block radius right here?
Well, no, like criminals know.
They said that what made people suspicious was that they said that the girl was going after it happened.
Yeah, she wasn't, and that's the thing that bothered me too. Can we stop doing that? I hate that people pull out their cell phones and start recording. Nobody helped that man. Nobody helped him, and it felt like he was looking for help.
It was
I
disturbing
couldn't watch the
video to watch.
I couldn't. I just
Like
saw it
nobody was
blurred
putting
out,
pressure on his wounds.
Nothing.
Like
they
nothing.
were just recording, standing around. Like, what? Somebody fucking
I
do
saw
something.
it like unedited. It was upsetting.
But I
what
did
if
not see her.
what if? No, I don't think they should have had their phones out. But what if they had their phones out and they caught what happened on their camera, and what we saw was
There
just.
has to be camera inside Roscoe's.
So it happened inside. I didn't see
It
no
was in
video.
the
They walked
Inside.
into the restaurant.
Oh, while they were sitting down.
Yes, and shot him at
In
the
the
table.
restaurant.
While he was
So-
sitting down.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
shit.
then there's a video. It's actually after the fact, and it just shows him laying on the ground. People are kind of like running around him, like telling people to call an ambulance. Nobody's helping him.
I never
though.
go to these videos no
She
more. So I
wasn't
just,
It was
consoling him,
upsetting.
like,
It was upsetting to see.
It really was. I didn't watch it. Like I said, I watched like clips of it. Like I saw pictures of it.
they kind of did the same thing with.
Because he was
Triple X,
conscious
right?
in the video. Yeah, he was conscious in the video. Like
Yeah.
he was speaking, he was talking, he was laying on the ground on his stomach, and there was a lot of blood, and he was talking, and it was.
There was a man who tried CPR, but it was too late.
How
there
many times
wasn't
they shot him
anybody-
twice?
I'm not
I don't
even
know.
Sure.
I don't know how many times he actually got
I'm not
hit.
sure,
They said it
but
was like in his chest. I think he got
Yeah, it looked
2 in
like
his
it.
chest.
Yeah.
they're gonna catch them.
That's sad. I think and PNB Rock wrote for a lot of people. He had a lot of relationships in the game. He also had a lot of hits that he's on himself. PNB Rock
Selfish was one of my favorites.
I loved that song.
and being here from PA, we gotta represent for us. So rest
Yeah.
in peace to PNB Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta respect any hood you're in. Any hood, like know, especially when you're rich. Like
Hell
know
yeah.
where
You
to
gotta
go
watch the way you move.
when you're.
Yeah, you got to be
And
careful.
then
how
people
you
were
move.
saying like, why didn't he have security? He was with his baby's mom. Like,
Well,
But maybe
that's the
he
other
didn't-
thing. Like people don't people don't realize like if you have around the clock security, that's something like I think it's like $20,000 a month. That's
He might not be able to afford it.
Yeah,
Like he hasn't dropped a song in a while.
yeah. Like we don't. These people ain't as rich as we think. Like I mean, like they're not broke, but they're not rich. Like especially someone like not saying him. Like I'm sure he was well off, but I'm saying like he don't got expendable money where like a Floyd Mayweather that walks around with security all the time, or
Diddy.
I'm sure Diddy and
Yeah, like
Jay
he
Z
doesn't have
and
$100 million
Beyonce.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is, I mean,
like
sure,
4 or
I
5
don't know.
million probably. Like,
It's,
yeah.
since we're still kind of sort of on a somber note, can we send our prayers to Puerto Rico because there's a hurricane right now, right?
Yeah,
There's no power.
I got family out there, so we definitely pray for Puerto Rico. They've been through this before though. They built for this, so I'm sure they'll be all right down there. Shout out to Puerto Rico for sure.
We'll definitely come for a visit when very soon.
Yes,
very soon.
As soon as hurricane season's over, we coming.
I'm there. Let's go.
After hurricane season, then we're good.
Little Mermaid trailer dropped this week and made a.
I was so excited.
They made a bunch of dislikes, and that's what pissed me off.
You know what's so crazy is I wasn't even worried about this movie. I wasn't gonna go see it.
You had to.
Oh no,
but
I was
now,
excited.
Yeah.
No, I was good. I got Disney Plus. Well, I got your Disney Plus.
You're welcome.
So and with Disney Plus, like it comes on there like a month after it's the theater. But because y'all did all this, I'm going to the theater,
Exactly.
and I'm gonna be dressed like matter of fact, I'm dressing like Sebastian.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm dressing like Sebastian.
I'm excited for this. You know what's crazy though? People are doing shit like somebody put up the cover for Friday and put Will Ferrell and Jim Carrey on
I've
it.
been seeing them.
Like, so I'm like,
It's just.
I think
such
that shit might be funny though, for real.
Jim
Like,
Carrey and Will Ferrell, I'm here for that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
right.
definitely here
But
for
it's
that.
so stupid, like
It
what
is.
they're posting, and like, oh well, if you can do that, then that's basically
it's
what they're
petty.
saying. You
I-
know.
But I mean,
I dropped a TikTok this week that went kind of crazy, and not crazy, but it did better
it
than.
went crazy.
But it showed the hypocrisy of these people being upset because I went to clips from Angelina Jolie just back in 2007. She played an Afro-Cuban woman.
I can't remember all this uproar like this when Brandy was Cinderella.
No.
You know
Because
what I
there
mean?
wasn't.
It was uproar, but
I don't remember
it
it
being like this.
Well,
She got 1.5
also,
million.
Also-
1.5 million dislikes.
Yeah.
you got to think too. Like outrage now is magnified because of social media. When Brandy came out, there wasn't like it wasn't.
There were no. I don't
Yeah.
even think MySpace existed then.
But people
I think
didn't
so.
people didn't respect social media as a like they mattered. Like now, what the people online say matter in everything you do. It wasn't like that back then. It was like MySpace was supposed to be for fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Now they go to Facebook and Twitter for opinions and
To harass people.
yeah.
To bully them. Because I think that is beautiful because all these little girls now have somebody who looks like them.
Yeah.
We have more than
Have you
Princess
been
Tiana.
watching?
And the trailer was fire.
reactions? Have you been watching the reactions online?
I saw one of a not so cute little girl that was pretty disappointed.
Why is she not so cute?
Don't get me started.
That was disappointed.
She turned around and was like,
The one that said, "Is that Whitney Houston?" That one.
possibly.
What was it? A white little girl?
Yeah.
And she didn't like it.
She looked
Not
confused.
necessarily. She was. That's why she watched it. And she was like,
She turned real slow.
like,
She
what
was
the
like,
fuck is this?
and it was, of course, she had a southern accent. We're just gonna throw that out there. She turned and she was like, "Is it just me, or was that Whitney Houston?"
That's wild. That's wild. But here's the
There's a Whitney
thing.
Houston biopic coming out too.
And they're mad about
Yeah.
the casting of that one as well.
You can't do nothing right.
Here's the thing that I don't understand because they're saying keep the tradition. Well, she's a mermaid. Let's start there. Like, so I don't think mermaids come in one color.
They don't.
What's
not-
the tradition?
And they're not
Different
real.
Types of mermaids in the movie.
What's the tradition?
Yeah.
Yes, there
What
is.
was the purple woman's name? Ursula?
Yes.
Ursula, yeah.
She was purple. So
So that's
She wasn't-
okay.
She wasn't
Talking
purple.
seagulls.
She was purple.
Ursula wasn't purple.
She was like a bluish
Ursula
She was
purple.
like gray. She was
yeah.
gray.
like-
Yeah, she
yeah.
was
She
like
had
a grayish
blush
purple.
and the drawn-on eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So they're saying keep the tradition, and the tradition
What
is the kids
That
don't
one
have.
Black Mermaid.
They
first
never.
figure out.
They probably. Most kids have never seen the original, the cartoon.
I'm so sorry.
That was
for
my
them.
favorite movie when I was a
I
kid.
feel like it's mandatory. You need to have your kid
You
watch
have
the
to.
first one
You
before we
have
go
to.
see the
I've
second.
definitely seen Little Mermaid at least 50 times.
I loved
Probably
that
more.
movie.
Little
It was
Mermaid.
the best music. I loved every second of it.
That's back when Disney was Disney. Like
Yeah.
It was different. Yeah,
yeah.
it was different.
Disney
And
couldn't miss back then.
I'm
Like
not
everything
gonna
they
say
was
our producer
dropping.
knows all the words to all the songs, but our producer knows all the words
She's
to all the songs.
definitely
of Little
does.
Mermaid. She's a stan.
Can you say Queen Latifah played Ursula
Queen Latifah was Ursula.
In
The
a
Voice?
in like a play, right?
in the Little Mermaid?
No, the voice.
Oh, in the cartoon?
Really?
Was it?
The original?
Are you sure?
Because that was 91.
I need to see
I mean,
receipts on
Queen
that. I
Latifah
can't-
was big then.
Yeah, but I
She
didn't.
was popping.
She
But
was
I,
popping back then.
nah, but I know Queen Latifah played Ursula in like a play or something, or like a lot.
Is he?
Yeah,
He
he's
is.
been married to Keisha from Total.
From Total.
Oh,
For like 25 years they've been together.
you got a fine ass man, girl. Girl, your man fine. She know her man is fine.
Oh.
Can't you see?
Yeah, I can see
What you do to me.
I can definitely see.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Halle Berry. Yo, we about to
We're
show
here
up
for-
and show out.
Listen, we gonna do that shit just like they did Black Panther. Everybody showing up dressed African. We all showing up with.
Y'all want to do it? Y'all want to do a U Street
mermaids.
Yes.
movie?
Movie
movie
night.
night?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we
we all
could
got to
do
dress
that.
in costumes. I'm here
I'm
for
gonna
it.
get some green scale pants. And a
What
cute
was the
t-shirt.
fish's name again? I can't remember. Flipper? What was her little friend, the yellow fish?
Oh,
What was his-
Flounder?
Flounder? Flounder?
Flounder,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
going to dress up like Flounder.
Flounder, Sebastian.
I'm coming like a buttered up crab leg.
So as long as you don't smell like seafood, we good. As long
Word.
as you don't smell like
We should do, that's the night we should do a crab boil. And then watch Little Mermaid.
so we can all walk in the thing smelling like fish. We will not have us out here looking bad as a unit.
Bad as a unit.
Bad as a unit.
We might have to wait for it to come out on Disney.
Yes, it is just as bad as yellow pit stains under your clothes.
There's nothing worse.
Nothing
So-
worse
There's
than yellow
nothing
pit
worse.
stains on a
Nothing
white
at
shirt.
all.
Does generational wealth, does generational wealth, not generational, does generational trauma affect white people the way it affects black people?
Does
I-
generational trauma affect white people like it does black people?
Yes, I saw this as a topic.
I feel
Online.
like trauma is trauma. Like trauma doesn't have a color. You know,
'Cause
what I
they
mean?
say
people
so-
can be traumatized. Period. We might have PTSD a little bit more.
That's what they
and
say.
different types of fears.
They say black folks, we still have trauma from slavery, and like they say that makes us process different. They say that's where some of the violent behaviors come from because they used to pit us against each other. That's the crabs in a barrel mentality because it used to be the house Negro against the field Negro, and we was beefing like that.
I don't think that our generation remembers that.
And
Well,
I think
they
that's
say
a
that-
horrible
It's
stereotype to put
instilled
in
from
a
generation
horrible
to generation,
stereotype.
possibly, which is true because a lot of us, I know, I was taught you don't talk to the police, you don't tell them nothing. You know what I mean? You kind of stay away from them. So
And we're not as
we are kind of raised to fear the police.
I feel like we've come a long way,
Look how
but
they treat us.
we're not as united as a lot of other races
No, we're
in
not.
this country, and I think that
Some of
has a
them
lot to
shouldn't
do
be.
with.
United we stand, divided
Some of them
we
shouldn't
fall.
be.
Huh? Yeah.
Some of them shouldn't be. I'm talking to the white people. Gotta watch that pride, man.
Divided we fall.
Yeah, yeah. But to compare it to white people, they're saying, so do white people have generational trauma from the things they did, like the violence that they,
No, because some of
Or-
them still do it.
or like from the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So from that, you would have like some kind of narcissistic mentality
Some of them, I
or
think-
characteristics,
Mhm.
or maybe some violent behaviors in there too as well. It's like so because they always talk about the generational trauma for black people, but I never hear it talked about for white people because white people were kind of the ones in charge, but there was still foul shit going on. So
a lot of them
so
don't
does that-
agree.
They brush their trauma under the rug.
A lot of them don't even
Yeah.
agree with their parents' beliefs. I know a
No.
lot of white people who are like distance themselves from their family members because of the what
I
they
think
believe.
it depends. Yeah, I think it depends on where your family's coming from, like what their mentality has been through history.
Yeah.
I think now that gets so analyzed. I think kids today and like our generation, they ask those questions. They ask, "What did you do when this happened? Where were you when this was going on?" Like those things to kind of learn their role at that time. We know now.
Yeah.
I think trauma. I agree with you. Trauma's trauma, though.
Yeah.
The difference is the type of trauma we have. Most white people don't walk around afraid of the police because that's not a trauma that they experience.
Right.
Whereas for a black person, they
Y'all
have to
don't
walk
know the heart
out of the house.
palpitations
worrying
I have
it.
when I see them lights.
I get it.
No, listen, I used to have white friends, and when our police interactions, the way they would speak up, my heart would be pounding through. I'm like, yo, why are you, shut up? Like, they'd be like, why are you pulling me over? This is bullshit. I was like,
But I'll
no,
say
no,
this.
no.
Nigga, you are not alone.
But
in this
I'll say
vehicle.
this. I think the difference, one of the differences now, too, is that is a little bit more generalized. It's not necessarily a black and white thing when it comes to the police.
They
It's
treat
an
us different.
urban. No, absolutely. But I'm saying like it's an urban thing, an urban setting versus a suburban setting. If you grow up in the city, I think your mentality towards the police, no matter what race you are, is a little bit different. If you grow up in the suburbs and you know every officer on the force and, you know, they all go to your church on Sunday, I think their mentality towards the police is a lot different.
Yeah, they back the blue.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I think it has a lot to do with the environment that you're growing up in. I think naturally anybody that lives in the city is a little bit more apprehensive of the police because there's more police
we know
presence.
What they're capable of doing to
Exactly.
us.
So I
You
think
know
it's a
how
lot
often
different.
Those body cams fall off. You know what I mean?
It's funny to hear. I got this white guy that I work with, and
Gummy bear.
Gummy Bear. Shout out to Gummy Bear, yo.
Weird.
I mean GB.
Try to give him another nickname.
Yo,
That
he
man's name was Gummy Bear.
he was telling me like, cause we was driving through Lank and he was looking around. And he's like, I could never live here, and I'm like, why? And he was just like, I would get into fights. He was just like, it's too much going on. It's too fast. It's this. It's that. I was like, it's just actually a really nice city. Like I was like, yo, like it's safe here. Like it's nothing like. He was like, no, I live in Lebanon. Like he's from Lebanon, and he
That
was like.
explains it.
He was like, no, it's nothing like Lancaster. There's just too much going on. And that, I think, is a trauma because when we was looking around, it was, and this is crazy because Lancaster's not really like this, but it was a lot of black and brown people walking around. And he was looking around like he was uncomfortable. And I'm looking around like, yo,
For what?
like, we good here.
What you worried about?
Yeah, so,
See, but then I wonder what his trauma is that makes him think that. What makes you think that you have something to be worried about just because you saw somebody black or brown walking down the street?
well, some of
What
that,
in you is wrong?
I think some of that is trauma that's generational because it has been instilled in some white people that black
Fear
people are
us, we're
dangerous.
bad.
Black people are violent. They're dangerous. They're going to steal from you.
We're
They're going to do
snatch your
this.
purse.
The majority
I
of
feel
people
like
in
that's
prison
happened
are
to-
white.
That's
okay,
happened to every black
we're
person.
violent.
You ever walk past
The
like
fuck?
a white lady and she like clutch her purse?
I've had people cross the street. I've never had. I've definitely had people cross.
See what I'm saying?
And I've
Like,
had
just
people.
that fear, like you've experienced that.
I've had people not get in the elevator. Like they would come, and it would just be like me, and they would look and be like, "Nah, wait." I've had that happen a couple times.
And
I'm fine with it.
because you don't like people.
But that's
No,
why.
let him come in. I'm farting in that elevator and walking off.
You know
Fuck
what's so
you.
crazy is I used to be so friendly to people and like say hi, and then I started getting a lot of nothing. Like I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And they wouldn't say nothing. So now I don't, and it's usually white people that do that. So
believe it.
so I don't say nothing now because now that's some of my trauma because I've been through that. Now I'm already assuming I might not get a high back, so I'm just not gonna say
And then
hi.
the first white person that walks up and is like, "Hey," you're gonna be like, "That's Joe ass motherfucker." Like,
Nah, for real though.
I'm not as mean as I look though. Like if the conversation is good, like I will keep the conversation. Like if your conversation is stupid, I'm gonna be I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's cool. That's good. But if it's an engaging
Like, I'm just
conversation,
nodding
I'll
along.
engage. Not
I
that.
don't. I just try to keep it at high. How are you? Good. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
I live down like
I don't like to people that much no more.
But if you notice, like the East Coast is like that. Like we don't really do the cordial thing. We're
fast
moving.
paced.
Yeah,
We're cutthroat.
we're moving
We got
around.
shit to do. I got
dated
things to
this
do.
hood guy before, and we went on a trip to like South Carolina, and we were sitting on the porch, and everybody going by like kept waving. He was like, "Do you know these people?" Like, what the fuck do they keep waving?
It's
over
different.
here?
And when I moved to Florida,
He was so shocked that people were
but you know what
friendly.
though?
Like,
My mom, it used to embarrass the hell out of me when I was young. She was always like that because way she grew up, it was a different time.
yeah.
And she was like, no. She was like, you walk down the street. She was like, that's cordial. That's
speak to
respectful.
people.
I will speak to the person walking. She'll walk through the city like, hey. And to every person she comes by, every porch she walks by, she doesn't give a shit.
but I like that energy though, because
Yeah.
sometimes you need that. Like sometimes when I'm in my head too much and I'm down that day, that might be
One person
something
could
that
do it.
makes my day. Like that
Exactly.
that person that got that energy, I need that.
And that's why
I
she
feed
always
off of
said,
that.
she was like, that one person, maybe nobody talked to that one person all day long.
Yeah.
Maybe they were feeling lonely as hell in that moment and a stranger just said hi. And that was all it took. She was like, it does nothing off of my back to say hello to
To
somebody.
be
a
polite.
smile.
To be polite.
I was in
I love
Walmart.
Your mom is different.
That's dope that you even
In a
said
good
that
way.
because I was in Walmart yesterday and I was walking around. I was in my head just thinking about, I got a million things in my mind, and it was getting me overwhelmed. Like shit. And this lady right in line, she was like, no, I went to turn around to grab a drink, and she saw me. She opened the door. She was like, I got you. Don't even worry about it. And I grabbed it. Thank you. Turned around, and she just, so how are you doing today? And I was like, it changed my energy. Like I was like, yeah, I like this. I needed that. She was smiling. She was on Joe, but I liked that Joe that day. Like it was dope.
I was here for it.
Yeah, I needed to, and that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you need. I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna do that for you. But I sometimes I need that. And
You've done it before.
No, Billy has resting bitch face on a regular basis.
But he knows how to be nice if he sees you're in a mood.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
my loved ones.
Yeah.
I don't do that to strangers.
strangers.
Yeah, I don't do it to strangers.
Your moods.
No, yeah. If I got love for you, then I'm gonna come in and make you laugh. That's what I'm gonna do. But yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because I did see TikTok and it was interesting that they posed that question. Now,
That is interesting.
next is the advice question.
Oh my God.
I'll let you take that. E.
I need everyone to pay attention to the details.
I have not. I don't even know what this is.
Nope, it's a surprise. But the details matter. My man of 2 months said he would have been married me if I didn't have kids. I love my 13 and 17-year-old sons, but I don't like them. They look like their dads and interrupt my current relationship. How do I get their dads to take them so I can move on? Love is calling and I'm ready.
Tell them exactly that. Tell your baby dads that. Because if they don't knock you the fuck out, they need to I just take my kid.
Wait.
You need
She
me to read
said-
it
No.
again?
We gotta go to the beginning.
2 months.
2 months. There was
My man of 2 months
Would have
Oh,
been
my
married
God.
me.
said he would have been married me if I didn't have kids.
It kills me because I got a couple of y'all on my timeline. One of these people. I got a couple of people that it'd be a new relationship, and you know that new love feels good.
I love my
course.
kids.
That
I
new love-
don't like them.
That new love feels like I'll run through a brick wall for this person. Like this person is because something about that new love, like it makes you
butterflies,
feel
the
like
adrenaline.
Yes.
But as somebody that has kids, does that new relationship love ever trump the love that you have for your
She
son?
said she loves her
I've
kids,
never
but
been-
she don't like them.
She doesn't like them, but her reasons too. I don't like them because they look like their dads.
And how old are the
You
kids?
chose them.
13 and 17.
Oh well, it's about over for them. Go ahead, mom. No, I'm playing. No,
I would-
17. He's damn near grown.
He can move out. Like,
He could be a
13.
emancipated.
No, she's tripping.
Yeah.
She's tripping.
My man of 2 months
She's 100%
says
tripping.
he's probably not just yours. There's got to be somebody.
he sounds
else.
homeless, sexual.
Yeah, like,
and he's trying to lock it down so he
that
can
is
have
a
a roof
big
over
ass
his
red
head.
flag.
That-
Like,
that
I'm
homeless-
red
not-
flag.
And that homosexual D will make a woman fall in love.
Sometimes spend a night bag.
When somebody fucking for their life,
That hits different.
It's gonna go a different way.
He goes a little deeper.
Bruise my cervix.
Yes, it's a whole different situation.
Cervix bruise.
He's gonna be popping holes in the condom, like he's
Right,
staying in that
part.
house.
But my thing is, it should be a red flag because mine is your kids. Like, how do you treat your own kids? What happens if I get pregnant?
I'm gonna say crappy.
What happens if I get pregnant? Like, so how you think he's gonna treat your kid?
Probably terrible.
He not gonna want nothing to do with you. I guarantee he fucking without a condom though. Guaranteed. I'm telling you, guaranteed. It just sounds like it screams.
So
I'm
she
fucking
about
you
to
without
have-
a condom, and you're gonna have a baby, and I'm gonna say #fuck that kid.
I wonder how that conversation will go with her baby dads. Hey, can you take these kids
I think
now
that they're
because
gonna
I
smack
want
the
to.
fuck
I
out of her.
wonder. I wonder
gonna
if
smack
she
her.
was like that when she first met each of her baby dads.
Or if like the trauma caused that.
Because that's the other thing
Yeah,
too.
fuck that.
Like, and I'm gonna catch heat. I know, but bring it. If you have too many baby dads, I gotta question your judgment anyway. Like, so I don't even know. Like, after 2 months and 2 baby dads, and you ready to throw it all away for this guy, I would just assume from the information that I have, because we don't have everything, we don't have no history or nothing, but I would assume that she's not a good decision maker.
No, definitely
I
doesn't
mean,
sound like
you
it.
got multiples, but then sometimes shit happens, like, and maybe she learned her mistakes.
I don't think she does though, because if she's going this head first,
I
head
mean,
over
she
heels,
clearly didn't, but I'm
yeah.
talking about other women who have
But here's the thing
multiple
with
baby dads.
here's the
Like,
thing with
maybe
women.
they learned better, so they tried to do better. Like,
Sex is sex, and everybody loves sex. Like you don't shame no woman or man for doing that, but you shouldn't be having babies to everybody, and there's ways to prevent that. So if you're just having babies to multiple people, you don't make good decisions.
you don't. You letting anybody come up in you raw, and that's a problem in itself.
yeah, it's reckless and it's immature.
Fuck around and get them bum bumps.
And
That's where BV comes from.
you could also take those as lessons, because there's been women who have multiple baby dads, and I'm not condemning any of them. They also become better decision makers later on in life because they made mistakes. So this doesn't condemn you for life, but this specific situation sounds like she doesn't make good decisions.
She doesn't care about her children, and that speaks volumes for how she would feel about anybody else.
And the bitterness that has to be there for you to say, well, I don't like them because they look like their dads.
A 2-month
Like,
relationship,
you're bitter.
you're still fucking every time you see him.
You're still in the honeymoon phase.
And,
it's still all rainbows and cotton candy.
When you're having sex every day, that creates like you're not seeing straight.
the serotonin release, you know.
You're not seeing straight. Once that relationship gets a little wear and tear on it, and now y'all ain't sleeping together every day, and y'all have
haven't
to.
even had their first fight.
Yeah, and that's when
Yes,
you
they
realize.
have.
That's
2 months.
the first fight is when you really get to start knowing each other.
I don't even like this nigga. I don't like the way he breathes. I don't like the way he sleeps.
After 2 months,
I don't like the way he chews.
I need to see what you look like
He
angry.
can't
Yeah.
read good.
I agree. I need to see what your road rage looks like. I need to see you at
All
your worst
stages,
moments before I can decide if I can
Guys,
be
you
with
need
you.
to see us without makeup.
Uh-huh.
Because some chicks, when they're
Take these
angry,
eyebrows off and shock your life.
some chicks when they're angry, and I'm only speaking from a man's point. Like y'all can speak on, but some chicks when they're angry, they only like they forget that they love you because they're so mad, and they go overboard with what they do and say, and it makes you see them differently. Like so,
Absolutely.
if
You can't take back everything.
that can take away the honeymoon phase quick, because
Well,
now you're
because-
like.
That
I
just
don't
shows
even
you
know
how
who you
immature your partner is. They clearly can't communicate. They make reckless decisions when they're upset. Like, that's like 8 red flags in one.
Right.
If they get so angry that they just gut reaction, petty, spiteful, childish, revenge, like
Tit for
all
tat
of the
type
tit for
shit.
the that's massive red
I
flag. That's
used to do that.
yeah,
kind
no,
of shit.
run,
I can
run.
admit I used to be toxic. I was very toxic when I was younger. But I mean, it was also the people I was dating.
mm-hmm.
I don't ever want to be with somebody who brings that side out of me.
So were you ever toxic to a non-toxic dude? Or
Not
were the
nobody
dudes
who
I
I
toxic?
guess they
kept.
deserved it.
Nobody that I kept. Like, there were guys that I used to talk to that were too nice for me, and I would kind of like, I would run all over them.
Cause that
I used to be a man eater, cause you know who stopped me from doing that? Shout out to Savvy.
Oh yeah.
Savvy told me one day, y'all, and it sticks with me forever. She was like, "Girl, you better stop being a man eater. You're gonna get ate." I was like, somebody might try to get me.
That's true though.
And I was like, damn, it made me think about things differently, so I stopped doing that.
You can't really play with people's hearts.
I mean, I didn't play with them. I just didn't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
and I kind of expected the same treatment because, unfortunately, at the time, like, I had kind of been through some shit. So I'm like, you don't care about me, I don't give a fuck about you either. Like, I had to change that about myself.
I think I've been toxic.
Yeah, you know, I think we've all been toxic at a point in our lives.
I definitely
You too,
had
Catholic
toxic
girl.
one. Oh no, I definitely had a toxic one. My biggest revenge was always just to, you gonna feel my absence. That was always my biggest
Yeah.
revenge. You're gonna feel my absence,
me.
except for one.
That's not enough for me.
Ex-
I need to. I'm about to fuck your house up.
No, there was one. I was definitely toxic, but I only gave after I got.
Right.
You know what I mean? But definitely viciously. There's a whole tiny little savage down there. Yeah.
You know what?
I just hide her.
What I will say is to the people that say like, why do people stay in toxic relationships? Why do you? I would never.
Makeup sex
People
is
don't
great.
realize toxic relationships, sex is better than
Awesome.
anything. Like toxic relationships have the best. That's why they stay. Like it's
That
just the
dick
it's
be
the
so good.
it's the
The
toxicity.
makeup sex
It is.
amazing.
It really is.
Y'all done called each other every name in the book but the child of
I
God.
love you.
Y'all
I love you
disres-
so much, Jody.
Yep, that's just what it is,
Yep.
baby boy. Yep, that's a
That's
fact.
exactly what that fucking shit is, and it's great sometimes. But now at the stage that I'm at, like I said, I don't
gotta
want
grow
to
out
be
of
with
that.
anybody who brings that out of me or makes me even feel like I'm capable of snapping the fuck out. Like I like my peace.
Yeah. I don't want anybody that makes me feel crazy.
Yes, like it's not cool.
Just makes
like,
me feel out of my mind crazy.
make
Yeah.
me feel like I gotta question myself. You're not for me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like in my process working on myself because now I'm able to identify that I was toxic or not. I still got toxic behaviors probably in my soul, in my spirit.
His face.
But I digress. But
I mean,
like as I'm thinking about it while I'm working on myself, it's just like it's a process you go through and you finding out all these shits that you do wrong.
you gotta put
And it's-
yourself in front of the mirror and really.
Yeah.
It's
that
perspective.
shit.
It's all about perspective, I think. Like to stop and put yourself in the other person's shoes. How would you feel if
Everybody
you
can't do that.
had, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to do.
Because I'll be wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
And I
mean,
do
we all
really
are.
like toxic is a place of constant chaos too in your head. Like, and once you really want to get to a peaceful place,
It
you
is
have to let
exhausting.
all that shit go.
It's
Because
exhausting.
like you gotta let your
Mentally
ego go,
Mm-hmm.
and for a man to let your ego go,
It's
like
difficult.
I have not fully let mine go, but I know that in order to achieve the ultimate peace, I have to let it go.
You
And
gotta be vulnerable.
yeah, and I'm not that neither.
That's not a good stage.
Vulnerable is a very difficult place to
Vulnerability
be in.
does not feel good.
No, because it's terrifying. It's
Yeah, because
you're
you're trusting somebody
exposing.
else, and-
Yeah.
I don't trust very many people.
No, it's a very difficult place to be in.
Not with my heart.
But the important thing is that you're actually recognizing and attempting to do something about it. I hate when I hear these people that are like, "Oh, well, that's just how I am." No, bitch, fix it.
Exactly.
Like I
Exactly.
refuse to accept that as an excuse. Well, I'm a Scorpio. That's just
why
what
when
we
talk
do.
about
No,
yeah,
shut
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Places, that's how they act. No.
Yeah.
You can change your circumstance.
And
You do not
I've
have
been
to
that
be
guy.
your circumstance.
I've never did it like with the sign, but I've definitely been the guy like, oh, that's just how I am. My mom's like that. My dad's
Like, that excuses it
No,
then.
like it's still,
No.
this is still not a good behavior, yo. It doesn't matter where it came
I
from.
think
You
the
need to fix
older-
this.
The older that we get, I feel like we all have pieces of our parents in us.
Yeah, for
And you
sure.
don't really realize it until you are older. Like, damn, that's. I'm
I
just
spent
like
so
my
much of
mom.
my life trying not to be like my dad. I ended up just like my mom, and now I'm like, fuck.
I think I move like my mom, but I definitely I got a lot of my pop in me for sure. And I think we butted heads a lot in the like when I was young because I always thought I was right. But now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, You was right about this. You was right about that.
Do you tell him that though, or do you still keep sitting there like?
Oh no! Now I do. Like now, the communication is so much better. Like we're at a place now where it's the best we've ever been. So we have conversations like he's my friend now. Like I used to look at him like the authoritarian, my father. Now it's like, nah, this is the homie.
That's my guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
I'm just like I'm very similar to my mom, but I'm stubborn like my dad. You see my mom's turn up. That's where I get it from.
yo, Auntie is official.
Happy belated birthday,
She's
Mom.
fun.
Auntie was blowing hookah on her birthday. She just turned 60. That's crazy.
There's so many videos of my mom in a fucking hookah lounge. I'm like, yo, and then she's blowing it and looking at the camera with her little bounce.
I want to
That's
be
my
like that
mom.
at 60 though.
My mom is lit.
Yeah, like I want to
Lit as
enjoy.
fuck.
I don't ever want to
She's
grow up to
recovering
be
right
those
now.
old
She
people
just
that are
had
like
surgery.
stuffy.
No.
Yeah, she's
How's she
okay though.
doing?
She's recovering. She's a little bit of pain, but she's still lit.
See what happened?
She had knee surgery.
When? This after
Friday.
her birthday? Oh
So she
shit.
turned
Well,
up
get
first
well,
and
get
then-
well soon, Auntie.
Yeah, get well soon.
We'll have you out next show on crutches.
Oh, she got mega knees now.
Yeah, she's
She gonna have mega
ready.
knees
She's
now.
ready.
Wait till next summer. Just wait for the pop out. Wait for that pop out.
What y'all think about this? I don't usually talk about toxic people, but while we're on toxic shit, you want to talk about Blueface and Krishan Rock?
Krishan Rock. Yeah, so apparently she tried to introduce Blueface to her dad and some of the family, and things went left. Dad ends up punching Blueface, knocking his cat back.
I did see that video.
Literally, head bounced back, crazy. And then apparently Blueface fucked the dad up. Like,
Nah,
they said he knocked
did you
loose
see the
change
video?
out him.
You saw the video? So I saw.
There's the video.
I just heard that.
Yeah, no. So I saw the first video, which was the dad
I
hitting
just saw the
Blueface.
aftermath. That's what I saw too.
No, so when Blueface hit the dad was walking away, and Blueface came
snuck in.
running from behind, and bang.
Like a pussy.
He definitely hit him from behind. Like, but the dad hit him first. Like the dad hit him.
But he earned that.
He definitely did. All of the shit that I don't watch you put my daughter through, bitch. I'm gonna knock you the fuck
But did
out.
you see when the dad?
And you just gotta
did-
eat that. That's it.
When the dad hit Blueface, the Krishan jumped on her dad. She went for him, and I'm looking like, yo, because didn't she just beat up his mom or some
Yeah.
shit too? And that shit,
Yeah,
that
and it's-
situation
They're
all crazy.
very toxic. They're
So
very toxic. I can't wait till she loves herself.
Yeah, that would be.
Why
nice.
is he even famous?
She's
he's
a
like he's so
beautiful girl.
terrible.
What does he do?
He raps.
He raps, but he's like the
Snap
worst rapper.
Tatiana.
He's one of the worst rappers I've ever heard
So
in my
that
life.
song was what, like 3-4 years ago? What has he done since then?
Nothing.
He has reality TV.
He has he's.
So he parlayed his one-hit wonder into.
But that's the
television.
thing with music now. Like you don't have to, as long as you have a social media presence,
Yeah.
you can stay rich because you can get endorsements and all that.
Yeah.
Because these people ain't even dropping. Cardi B dropped one album, ever.
Don't come for my cousin.
I was
No,
about to
but she
say,
dropped
hold on,
one-
Are we discounting the mixtapes? Are we just
Right.
going to
No,
discount
no, forget
all?
I'm talking about the official album. She has one album that
We'll
dropped.
come at you.
Now
Like,
she
go
has
ahead
a
and play.
Reebok
But she's
sneaker
no.
deal.
My point was she's still
She-
famous, and she's still probably as famous as she ever was. And Blueface is famous for doing nothing, the same way Cardi B is. Cardi B.
No.
I'm saying Cardi B's been her album dropping
We're
what
not here for
2018.
Cardi B slander.
No,
I'm not slandering
at
her.
all.
I'm
Not
saying
at all.
she hasn't dropped the album in 5 years.
She's had a family.
But she's had regular. She's
She has
also
a
had
sneaker
regular
deal.
releases.
I'm saying
Exactly.
what other rapper can stay relevant that long without dropping music? Like today's game, you don't actually have to be great at making music to be.
Cardi's
super
still
famous.
dropping
Hill.
features though. Cardi's still
Lauryn
dropping
Hill, too.
features.
But Lauryn Hill wasn't famous like that. Like when Lauryn Hill went away, she went away. Nobody was talking about her like that.
But that one album. She
The-
can go
she
on
dropped
tour
the
right
classic.
now with that album.
And I'm not saying
One
and Cardi
solo. She
B's
got one
album was
solo
dope.
album.
It was a good album. But
Great.
what I'm saying is
you.
she still only has one album. And we
And
still
a
love
bunch of
Cardi the way we did.
mixtapes. You forgot about the mixtape.
And
But them
all of
mixtapes
the
dropped
features.
before the album. Even if she got them mix, like she hasn't dropped. She
Pull up on
dropped.
me.
She gives you little singles here and there.
Well, WAP came out after her last album. Invasion
Singles.
of Privacy came out in 20. That's what I'm saying. Like she's
Hot
got features.
shit.
She's got yeah.
And WAP
there's
was
still
wasn't
a
that
lot.
Megan's song?
No,
I think it
That was Cardi's song.
Cardi. Yeah.
she did twerk with the City Girls.
Mm-hmm.
So
She had
has
money.
hits, yeah.
Money came out. That was
That was good.
Hot Shit is out
She
now.
just had another song that just dropped a couple
Hot
weeks
Shit.
ago. Yeah, Hot Shit.
with Kanye and Lil Durk.
that song's not good.
And it's really not. I didn't like it either.
That
Sorry.
song ain't good. And I like some of Cardi's music, so I'm not
Love
that
her.
guy. But that song's
Love
not
her.
good. But
I'm just not here.
So
for
what
Cardi
would you
shit.
do? What would you do if you were dating somebody?
if
And-
I was dating somebody and they put hands on my parents, the relationship is over.
You can't come back from that.
You can't
hell
ever
no.
come back.
Hell
from that.
no.
What
I'm
if
putting
Naughty
hands on
was
you.
dating somebody? You would put hands on him. If he was out here Krishan rocking her, first of all, my cousin
Yeah.
would never.
That would never happen.
Ever.
But,
And
but let's,
and the relationship is different. Like Naughty would come to me first. Like I mean, it's like she's too close to us for that to ever go like that.
but let's play the devil's advocate here, because there is always that we've talked about it before. There's always that one guy that can make you do dumb shit.
Yeah.
And turn away from your normal principles, your normal morals.
That's not a moral I'm turning away from.
I
Don't
see that
touch
happen.
my mom.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Don't touch my dad.
There's
But as
no
far as like
woman.
the closeness, you know what I
There's
mean?
no
Like,
woman that could ever. I dated one woman for a long time. So, I'll say it like that. And she didn't really talk when she was around my parents. Like she wouldn't speak, and that wasn't a normal thing. Like in my house, that's disrespect. Like you,
Right.
yeah, you're
You
supposed to
gonna come
converse
in my house
and just
Yeah.
sit there.
speak to me?
Like,
yeah.
You can
So
get the fuck
that's
out.
rude.
so that was already a turn off for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you talking about putting hands on my? That's a whole like yo. You don't even.
but
I think
I
Blueface
would-
has to
That's a
know
body
he was
for
in the
that.
Yo,
wrong.
I would be yo. Oh no, you not the parent.
And
You can't.
Especially not his mama.
do that. Hell no.
But he's got to recognize, like, bro, you earned that. You just got to eat that. You just got to eat that. Like, you've been roughing her up. It's public. It's messy.
but that's
It's
the thing about
dramatic.
it. That's
You
why I say
earned
the whole
that.
situation is toxic because she be
But
roughing him.
I'm
Yeah.
about to say she.
She be.
I've never
she's
seen.
the
I've
aggressor
seen her
sometimes.
do more shit to him.
She wrote her name in blood on his wall.
She did. No, I'm not saying she's
She's
sane.
shot out.
She's from Baltimore.
She's batshit crazy. Yeah, no,
that explains it.
she's definitely a little rough around
Shout out
the
to
edges.
B-more though.
But even like
B-more,
the last
little
fight
rough.
when they were showing like she cold cocked him in the bar, right? They showed that part of the clip. What they didn't show was him trying to drag her by her braids. 2 seconds earlier, she was trying to get away from him, and he kept coming at her until she eventually
They need to
punched him
take
in the face.
Alcohol out of their relationship
Completely.
and see how it goes.
no, they need to end their relationship. There's no
They're
fixing
not going to do that though.
They're both
because
toxic as hell.
because I promise you, the sex in that relationship is amazing, and that's why they can't leave each other.
I've seen his dick print. You're right,
It probably is.
Have
I'm
you
not-
ever seen his
yeah.
dick print?
No, but I'm gonna go
Girl.
find it.
girl.
I'm gonna go look. I want to know now.
Let's see here.
Women, I'm not doing that with y'all. So we was talking before the show. This actually just became a topic right before the show.
Don't try to cheat.
And I didn't. Yeah, I'm not talking about y'all print. So, what was? So we was talking about wife,
Yeah,
and I started to respond, but I was like, nah, let's make this a topic.
because it was about to get heated.
Yeah. So you want to tell them what the topic is?
So the topic is women don't understand that you got to do wife shit to become a wife.
Where did this opinion come from?
Bonnie.
Oh, it was your opinion.
Or her statement. I don't know if she was just repeating the opinion.
do, though.
Yeah, it was something that I read on Facebook. I want to say one of my friends posted it, and it basically said like, in order to be a wife, you got to do wife shit, and women don't understand that.
That's a fact.
I semi-agree. However, what's going to change after we get married? Okay, you give me a ring. What am I supposed to do now? Like, I feel like there should be a separation between being a girlfriend and being a wife. There's certain shit as a girlfriend I'm not going to do for you.
I
as a
need.
wife.
I need to
If
know.
I'm your wife, I'm going to do a little bit of any and everything. You know what I mean? I then become sort of your secretary. You know what I mean? Like, I might make your appointments.
But
and
I
shit
need to
like
know what
that.
I'm signing up for. I need to know.
You should be able to
But
see
you
a good
can-
woman.
You can see.
But nah, because a good woman to me is a good woman. Like a good woman to me is someone who makes me comfortable as possible, and is my place that I go to for
Soft
peace and
space.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that is the wife. Like fuck the physical shit. Like the wife is the one that you go to, and this is my comfort place.
See, but you're talking about an emotional connection.
Yeah.
Okay. And so say like you guys are dating, you know she can cook, she'll cook you dinner here and there. That's girlfriend duties. A wifely duty is cooking dinner every night or regularly. You're not getting that if I don't have a ring on my finger.
But if we're spending, like if you got your own place and I got my own place, and we're together every single day, we got to eat, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I have to cook every night.
So are we?
You still got to treat me. You still have to treat me like a girlfriend. We still got to go on dates. We still got to do that kind of stuff.
Well, we're only going on dates.
Bust down Tatiana.
They're looking at Blueface's.
I understand, ma'am.
Shit.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand.
Sorry.
That caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Good for you, sir. But no, I think there has to be a separation, because if I'm cooking dinner every night and I'm taking care of the household duties that a wife would normally do, well, what incentive do you have to put a ring on my finger?
Well, here's the thing. So
what do men have to
let's say we met and we've already slept together after a couple of days. Now, what is going to keep me interested after?
I can cook good.
Okay, so now I need to see what you're like at home.
But that's what
I need to see what you're like when you come into my home.
Clean,
and you can tell those
else?
things from dating. If you guys live
I
in
can hold a
separate
good
places, you know if you go
conversation.
over to her home and she has a clean place, you know she knows how to keep
caring.
a home.
Yeah.
You know,
I
if
give
she's
good
put
temple
together,
rubs.
you know she knows how to do laundry and how to take care of
Yeah.
herself. You can see those things through dating and know she has the wifely qualities that I'm looking for, without her standing in there and physically having to wash your drawers and do your dishes and vacuum your apartment.
Would you come to my crib and straighten up, or would you just
Yes.
leave it?
I absolutely
Yes, I've
would,
done it.
because as a girlfriend, it's helpful. I'm trying to
It
help
was
your day a
disgusting.
But
little
that's
bit.
that's
The way-
wifely duties.
But it's
the
not
way
expected.
that men look like their homes sometimes can be
It's a
really
mess.
gross. Like, and I'm not comfortable here, so I'm gonna fix it.
There was someone I dated once a week when I was over the apartment. Like, I would go over specifically while he was at work once a week, and I would clean the apartment for him, because it took a little bit of a load off of his week. It just did something to make his week a little bit better.
And that's the thing. We can do shit like that, and you still
As
get
your
no
girlfriend,
ring.
and
Don't-
I
What
still
if
don't
he's
get a
your
ring.
okay? So what if he's your man, right? And he's financially supporting you in some way, like he's paying a couple of your bills. Now, can you do the wifely things?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had that happen. I always
Yeah.
pay my own bills.
Yeah, you feel like
But if
obligated
he
to do
starts-
a little
I would
more.
He picks up your car note. He picks up your
Yeah,
electric
you feel
bill.
obligated to do a little bit more. I'm gonna make you just as comfortable as you're making me.
I would also tell you to
That's
save
how
that
I
money
live.
and go buy a ring. I can take care of my bills myself.
Pay these shits.
No, get me my ring, and then we can combine our finances, and then we can
If
really
you
sit
wanna
down and
pay
talk
But I
about
would,
wifely
but that's
duties.
by all means,
but
go
that's what
ahead.
I think. Because women, they feel more secure with a man when he's financially taken care of.
When he's financially stable.
But men feel more secure with a woman when she
Emotionally takes care of him.
can take care of him and make him feel like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, when a woman's supposed to nurture, like that's what most
Absolutely.
men think when
Yeah.
they meet, like, and that's what
A
is
lot
gonna
of
keep
these
him.
younger women now is real niggas.
Yeah, that's
And
why
I think
relationships.
part of the problem
not
is, though, a
last.
lot of these men out here, they're not looking for somebody that's nurturing. They're looking for a mother. They're not looking for a wife.
They're looking for somebody to wash their dirty drawers.
And cook their meals and make sure the place is
Pack
clean,
their-
make sure their bills are paid, make sure this, make sure that. But he still gets to go out on the weekend with his boys and have a little fun on the side and have his side
Niggas
chicks
think
and this
all
and
they
that.
gotta do is
Because
take
I
the
didn't put a
trash
ring
out.
on your finger. You're not my wife. I can
And
do what I
sometimes we'll
want.
catch an attitude about that.
So why am I going to give you, let me ask this. While you're looking for these wifely duties, what husbandly duties are you bringing to the table?
Dick. And
Well,
trash removal.
if he's financing you,
But again, I don't think that's a husbandly duty. This isn't 1950.
But listen, if somebody wants
But
to pay your bills, you're not going to let them.
if y'all
I've
become
never had a
married,
man
what
pay
if he
my
wants
bills.
you to
But
be a
if
house?
someone
What if he
wants
wants
to-
you to
I've
be?
had men that want to. No. I
Why?
can stand on my own 2 feet because I don't want that feeling. I will not feel like I am indebted to you. I don't want to feel like I owe
Would you do that if
You
you was a
don't have
wife?
to feel
Would you
like
be a
that.
stay-at-home wife?
No, I couldn't do it.
Because you
don't
want your
have to
own.
feel, and that's the thing.
A
I
lot
need
of
to
women are
feel
like that, though.
secure.
Like, a lot of
but I
women
need
want
to
their
feel
own
secure.
shit.
I was always taught, like, you have to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. What if something happens? What if your husband dies tomorrow and you haven't worked in 20 years? What are you going to do?
That's why
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you have to. It's not about how much you love him or whether you think he's leave or that. It's about making sure that you are going to be okay. I'm not taking that time out of the workforce and being
which
a stay-at-home
is what rainy
mom.
day accounts are for.
Exactly, but that's not always that simple, and that's not
I
always
know.
enough. You can't go back out into the workforce then when you've been a stay-at-home mom for 20 years. It's not that simple. So instead, you've sacrificed, and now you're
I
completely
would always
dependent
have
on
like
this
a
man.
side hustle, but I wouldn't. If I didn't have to work full time, I damn sure wouldn't.
I would say, like, if your husband makes enough for you to stay at home, then you should be building something.
Yeah, you should be cooking.
Be an
something
entrepreneur.
else.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a job. Like,
Start
get
a
into
business.
real estate.
Exactly,
Get into
start a
something
business, but have your own.
Learn a
Yeah.
new trade.
Have your own. No, I don't think anybody should be 100%
Completely
financially dependent on anybody else.
That's a form of abuse.
It is, because it's a form of control.
Yeah.
Because
I
now I
agree
got
with
to
that.
ask you for an allowance.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got, you know what I mean? I got to earn my keep.
Yeah.
I'm not cool with that. I'm going to take care of the wifely duty. I'm going to make sure we have a beautiful home and make sure my husband comes home every night with a blunt rolled and food on the table, because that's how I've treated boyfriends.
Clothes laid out for the
That's
shower.
how you're supposed.
and
Exactly. You know what I mean? That's not a
little
problem.
things count.
It's the little things that matter, but you get that treatment when you've shown me you deserve it as a man.
So what makes a husband for y'all? Like, what?
It's the communication. It's the maturity. For me, it's not the financial. It's the person. It's the character that he brings. It's how he treats me. It's how he speaks to me. How he speaks to his mother.
How I feel, if I feel protected, if I feel like I'm safe around you, like that's a thing for me.
If I feel like I can be submissive.
You're respectful.
that
What
you
is
can
safe?
lead.
Like, is safe mean like I'll trash somebody for you, or does safe mean
Like I feel
I'm gonna
emotionally
protect your
safe
home.
around you. Like I feel safe to be myself. I feel okay saying anything to you, and you being alright with that. Like you can communicate with me. I feel okay to be anxious around you because you can calm me. You know what I mean? Like safe like that.
Yeah, like you can trust your heart with that person.
And you not pussy is a plus. So
Yeah, I think it's a physical and an emotional point to it.
no girl wants to date a man who's
So you couldn't be in love with a sucker?
no.
I mean,
Absolutely not.
Not even a sucker. So what if your man? What if he couldn't fight?
We just not gonna get ourselves in this situation like
We're
that.
just gonna have to stay inside.
I don't want to
mean,
find
I
out
can't-
you can't fight the hard way.
What
Yeah.
if he? So what if he couldn't fight when he got his license to carry?
You better shoot that shit up. Let
I'm gonna
that
need you to
thing
take a
ring.
self-defense class because you could probably
Let
be
that
unarmed.
thing
Like they could
ring.
probably
There's a
take
lot of
that gun pretty fast.
I'm here for the.
there's a
I'm
bunch
here
of
for
shooters
the,
that can't fight. Let's
I'm
be
here
clear.
for the babe getting in the
That's-
car and about
yeah.
to air this shit out. Okay. Okay.
Bye.
I'll start it. You want the heat warmer on? Okay.
I'll be
Got you.
outside.
You already know how
I still didn't hear what the husbandly duties are that are coming to the table.
Oh, for
All I
me?
heard was dick. That was it.
No, husbandly duties that I would expect is to help sustain the household, be a productive member of the household, just because I work too. So if I work and you work, like we're splitting these duties. Like you're gonna cook sometimes. You know what I mean? When you cook, I'll clean up. Like I split pretty much everything. I try to anyway. You know what I mean? But there's certain things I just don't want a man to do. Like I don't want you cleaning my bathroom.
I don't want you doing my
I don't
laundry.
want you cleaning my kitchen. Like, just let me do that kind of stuff. Because men aren't always good at that. Unless you date a man who's been in jail. Because a lot of them are OCD.
They can make their beds all
Right.
tight
You
and
know what I mean?
shit.
They can tuck them sheets real good.
That's points
They
deductive.
can cook.
and,
They can
like,
cook
you
the
can't.
fuck out of Chi-Chi, okay?
Oh man.
I know you don't like to think of those meals.
I'll make a good Chi-Chi.
What kills? No, I ain't gonna get on it. Shout out to the dudes that come home and eat Chi-Chis. I would never.
I will never ever again.
They're actually pretty good.
They're actually terrible for you though. Never
But
mind.
they taste okay.
Yeah, I mean,
All the preservatives.
I used to fuck up ramen noodles. I'm not gonna play, but Chi-Chi's got a lot of shit. Like, and everybody makes their Chi-Chis different too.
Add a little of this, a little of that.
They be cutting up the Slim Jims and shit. Yeah.
And the cheese, the little cheese stick.
You could cook them joints first, put a little fire flame to them, a little lighter to it.
What kills me is when you come home and you still cutting up Slim Jims in
sausage.
it. Like, yo, fam, you could actually get real meat now. You're home.
And without a knife. And you can't use a knife. They'll use the side of the spoon or the side of the fork because that's just what you use. I'm gonna make you some chi-chi one day.
Okay.
I'll make you some. I don't want to eat not one bite of it, but I'll make it for
Let
you.
me see how you throw down.
I got you.
Give me all
What's
them
up with these
preservatives.
send-off bags?
So the send-off bags are,
I have the picture here.
yeah, they're like complimentary bags that everybody gets after you spend the night.
So this woman made this post and it says, "What the fuck? I couldn't wait to get to the car to post this shit. So I stayed by this dude's house, and before I left,
She's
he
from
said,
Louisiana.
has to be, because you can hear like the southern accent
Yeah,
in
she
it.
said I stayed by this.
Stayed by it. I was like,
Yeah,
stayed by.
she's from Louisiana.
And then she said, and before I left, he said, grab a bag. No, the fuck he didn't. The bag says, thank you for your time. Send off bag. It has a sandwich, a bag of Doritos, an
At least she
iced
fed
tea,
me.
Yo.
a dub at least, a wrap, and $40.
I'm fine with that.
Yo.
I think I'd be kind of excited.
I would too. Like, that's a come up.
But how
At
many
least you
other
didn't just-
bags were in there?
At least you didn't just leave me with a wet ass.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how far in advance were these
when the
sandwiches
dude-
made?
If the dude take you to the crib,
There's probably a date written on them.
if a dude is taking you to the crib and you're not his girl, he definitely got like.
I would eat the
You
Doritos.
definitely need to go to the clinic in about 3 to 4
Yeah.
weeks.
I mean,
Just to be on the safe
yeah,
side.
you got them bags. I'll be like, how many of them is there? And I want to pick the best one.
Yeah, like.
But
which
I
one's
would
that?
be here for it if somebody gave me a bag. Like, here you go. I think it was A-Rod. Didn't he used to do that? Like,
Derek
send him
Jeter.
home with like a watch or something.
Derek Jeter,
like
but
that?
I watched his
Derek Jeter, there we
documentary
go.
and he said that wasn't true.
I
He
don't
said
believe that.
he said I didn't do, but he could have been lying because
I'm gonna
That
like
was the thing.
I'm gonna go with yes he did.
and
I
they
want to
said
believe that.
they said his gift bags used to have like Dior and
Oh, I bet they
Chanel
did.
shit.
I'll take it.
if
And-
I got that bag from
they had
Derek Jeter, I'm putting you on blast. 'cause
and they had to
that's the
sign
way-
an NDA when they walked in.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mm.
I'm sure.
Listen,
That's reasonable. We're gonna be there one day.
yeah,
NDA to walk in my house. Absolutely.
I make people sign NDAs
I
now
don't
when they
want
come in
nobody
here.
coming around me that I gotta make sign an NDA.
I mean, we already have
If it's
them,
a
so
business
we
meeting, that's
good.
one thing. You know what I mean? But if it's the team, you ain't got to sign.
Well, we already have
Because
them.
I'm happy.
Yeah,
on
it ain't
I said
it ain't
what
us,
I
but
yeah,
when-
it's not us. Other people
When other people come in here,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah, sign this real quick.
can't repeat shit.
Facts. Fucking idea stealers.
Yeah,
Those yellow pit stains, they go straight to your brain.
I'm telling you.
okay.
Headbands be too tight. Lipstick be too pasty.
Listen,
We've done it again.
we did do it again. Look for us next week. Hate It or Love It will be dropping tomorrow. So look for that. Shout out to Hate It or Love It, Silly V and Clarissa Bell. Y'all ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I want some food. I'm hungry.
We ain't promoting nothing this week, so I don't got nothing to promote yet. But, see y'all next week. We got Hollywood Bonnie in the building.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
We got E Money in the building.
Make sure you go watch Queen's Table.
Yeah, last week.
Like,
Shout out to
follow.
Safe.
Yeah, shout out to Cypher Sound. And I am your host, Blast. This is Say Less and Queen's Table. We are out. See y'all next week.
Goodbye.